Hey my bowl of cereal, let's talk about vans, or more precisely parents coercing their children to live in 5-foot vans because they're too selfish to provide any stability for their kids yet still want the largest household families on earth. Or should I say vanhold? Largest vanhold families on earth.
How we sleep in the trailer.
12? Humans?
This is where the little girls sleep. It used to be a table, but it converts into a bed.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not a bed. That is a box. With 3 kids sleeping in it. There are 3 kids sleeping in the same box. So this is our van. And this is where the kids sleep.
Here's the couch and Noah's sleeping on it. Here's where Enoch sleeps.
He's sleeping over there? You mean on the floor? I love how with every kid they specify on which object they're sleeping, but then with this kid they're just like, he's sleeping over there. Because they clearly don't want to admit that they make him sleep on the fucking floor.
Here's Elijah. He has a top bunk. And down here are Pearl and Naomi.
Oh, I guess these are the lucky ones who get the human beds.
Here's where Josiah sleeps.
And we're right back to the floor. There's clearly some favoritism going on here. I mean, tell me who your favorite kid is without telling me who your favorite kid is. So here you have our sweet little angel Michael sleeping in his twin-sized bed. And here you have our little shit Eugene sleeping at the bottom of this Pringles can.
This is where Moses sleeps.
At least the baby's getting some comfort, who's probably trying his best not to grow up so he won't be moved to the box. Please, not the box! Now would it surprise you that by far the most comfortably sleeping people are the parents?
And this is where Mommy and Daddy sleep.
It's almost as if there's a correlation between selfishness and parents forcing their 20 kids to live in a 5x5 on wheels. I know that most parents would sacrifice themselves and sleep on the floor if that meant that their kid was sleeping comfortably. But not these guys, because daddy needs his beauty sleep. Oh, and I do love their description, which perfectly shows what kind of parents they are. People have asked how our family of 12 sleeps in our 30-foot trailer. It ain't perfect, but more comfy than a tent because there is heat, AC, and a fridge. So they actually admit that they're aware that this is a terrible place to live, but they try to make themselves look better with this dumbass comparison. Well, it's more comfortable than a tent. Which, you could make that same argument if you lived in a tent with your family of 12. The tent not perfect, but it more comfortable than the asphalt street laced with broken glass and used needles.
Here we ended up doing triple bunks for the boys, which I'm so glad we did.
Those aren't beds. That's a cabinet. That's where you store clothes, you ain't fooling me.
They're super awesome. This folds down to make it easy for them to climb in. Latches so they won't fall out.
Latches so the clothes don't fall out. I mean, the kids, so the kids don't fall out.
Have our kitchenette area with a little fridge.
These parents are storing their kids in a drawer while they're sleeping on a bed the size of America. Maybe it's comfortable. Maybe they are onto something. Yeah, they were not onto something. Also, it's not like those latches do anything. Look at how high above the latch this bed comes. That ain't stopping anything. Not that they can fall out even if they try, because there is literally no space to turn around. Now you might think, this can't get any worse, right?
We get an insurmountable amount of hate for our kids' bunks that people say look like coffins.
These are coffins. They are putting their children in actual coffins. The parents even acknowledge that they are aware of this, yet aren't changing anything.
But my husband is 6'2" tall, and he can fit snugly in the bunk. So if he can fit, it is perfectly fine for our kids.
Okay, that is a fair argument. Except we're not complaining about the length of the bed, we're talking about the space between beds. Which you can clearly see the issue while the husband is giving a demonstration and laying in the bed. It's as if these dumbass parents are delusional and warp what people are saying into what they want to hear. Like this mom right here. Nope, stop it. No one is saying that you can't force your kid into a horrible living situation. We're all just saying that you shouldn't. They have a baby? They're sleeping in there? With a baby? Where does he sleep? On the stove?
One of the cool things we did in the bus is each of the kids have their own bunk, and we built this small rock wall for them to have access into the bunk.
The more van life families I see, the more questions I have, such as... Huh? Or... Why did you replace the ladder your kids used to get into bed with a fucking climbing wall?
Instead of a ladder, we thought this would be a more awesome way to get in and out.
Oh my god, they replaced the safe and stable ladder that their kids used with a dangerous climbing wall because it looks cool. My dude, climbing into bed doesn't have to look cool. I'm not putting on my sunglasses and tuxedo when I go to sleep. We don't? If I'm going to bed, that means that I want to stop moving, not crawl onto a climbing wall, fall to the floor and break my wrists.
So Molly's going to demonstrate getting in the bunk and show you just how easy it is. They use this
I love how he says that it's easy at the exact moment she almost falls.
and show you just how easy it is. They use a piece here. It's made out of 3/4 inch plywood, plenty strong enough for them to climb and use, and voila, she's in the bunk.
Now I do have to say that there are also good van families out there. Or at least there's one. The only one I found after scrolling for 46 minutes.
Each of the boys has his own queen-size bed. This is our 7-year-old's top bunk.
And in those same 46 minutes I found what probably are the most selfish parents out there.
Come check out our master bedroom. As you can tell, we have some wallpaper, which we love. We have a king-size bed. One of the renovations we've done is there was a dresser here, and we took it out and we built a desk.
So they got a master bedroom that's bigger than my room, that's fair. Let's see where the kids are sleeping.
We redid A's room and it turned out so cute. We rotated her bed to give her some more leg room since she's growing, and we added these thinner storage units. She's in love with her new layout.
Sorry, I just experienced second-hand claustrophobia for the first time in my life, because that's not a room for kids. That is a room for ants. That is a playground for mice. Oh, and that's the recently upgraded version of the room, by the way. This is what it looked like before.
As you can see, she has different bins and her bed was rotated 90 degrees. The new layout gives her more leg room.
Oh my god, she couldn't even stretch her legs. Look, she's sitting against the wall, or well, she's in that awkward position between laying and sitting against the wall that is really bad for your back. But she physically can't sit up since the roof is 2 feet above the floor. And even in this position, she can barely stretch her legs. So she's either forced to sleep in that position or with her legs entirely tucked in. Oh, and how does she even get out of bed? Does she crawl or does she roll? I wouldn't want to go through all that when I have to pee at night. I just piss my pants and then let the parents clean it up. Seriously, I'd prefer pissing my pants. Oh, and the son is sleeping on a Minecraft chest with the mattress hanging half off of it because it's way too small. Now there's one more van family, probably the most notorious and terrible one that I want to talk about, and that is the family of nomads.
Our kids don't have any friends.
Not that I'd have to tell you their names since their branding is all over their RV. Also, why do you keep 3 pet rats in your van?
We live in a camper and our 3 kids have 3 pet rats, and I would be absolutely lying to you if I said that it does not smell bad. Usually it's the kids' job to clean the rat cage, but about once every month or two, my husband and I will clean it. And it just gets really gross. There is plexiglass on the side and it just gets really nasty.
The mom is literally puking from the smell. I don't know if she's overacting it, but If that's her sincere reaction to the smell and bacteria of the rat cages that have been standing in their children's rooms for weeks,
About once every month or two, my husband and I will clean it.
those kids are infected with the bubonic plague. But this family isn't just known for bringing back the infamous medieval plague that unalived most of Europe's population during the 1500s. They're also known for forcing their kids into extremely claustrophobic living spaces.
15, I live in a camper and this is my room. So this is my Kirby table that I made myself. Over here is my...
You know, I'm trying to be nicer and not like pile on them, but bro, why do you have your kid hunched over like that? Why? It looks like this. It literally looks like this.
Or preferring doing Dove sponsorships on social media instead of letting your kids have a healthy childhood, which, ironically enough, this exact sponsorship was about children's health. You can't make these parents up. Oh, and lastly, how do I put this? They, used the story of their 16-year-old daughter wanting to unalive herself as means to become more popular on social media. Because we live in 2023, so what does a healthy upbringing mean if you could instead just publicly shame and abuse your kids for TikTok followers? Or YouTube subscribers? Yes, YouTube subscribers. Well, first I gotta find some kids. Or instead, if you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe to my channel and watch some of my other content to become part of my cereal bowl so I can absorb all of your fibers and nutrients. Oh, and while you do that, I'll just go to sleep in my beautiful and comfy bed. Absorb all of your fibers and nutrients as well, yeah.